Hey guys, how you doing? Fragrance Professor back at it again with you. In this video, I want to share something a little bit different with you. I've always been intrigued by fragrances from different countries, from different parts of the world, houses from different parts of the world that may not be as well known here in the United States. And one of these houses is called Boticário, which is out of Brazil. And it's one of the most popular fragrance houses in that country as well as in Latin America. It's starting to make a bit of a foray into other markets like the US market, for example, or the European market, but it's not really that well known. But I spent time in Brazil in the 90s and early 2000s, and so it holds a special place in my heart. And so I've been learning a little bit more about one of the fragrance lines on Boticário's website, and I was able to find it actually on Amazon, and it's called Malbec. Now, Malbec is very well known in Brazil. It was released in 2004, if I'm not mistaken, so it's been around for a while and really made waves down there, and I'd really been wanting to get my hands on it, so I picked it up on Amazon. A little bit more than I wanted to spend. It was probably about $50, which is kind of borderline with in terms of the price tag. But I said, you know what, I want it in the collection, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on it. Now, the thing about the Malbec line, now Malbec is a type of wine, and this is designed to be sort of a mixture between perfumery and winemaking. Okay, so there is this element of oak barrels, letting the fragrance age in oak barrels for a while, from what I understand. And it's supposed to sort of combine these two forms of art, which I really appreciated that. And when I learned about that, it really resonated with me, because I feel like perfumery is an art, as is winemaking. And so that aspect really resonated. Now, this is the bottle. So it's sort of this wedge-shaped bottle, very handsome, I think. And it sort of reminds me of winemaking in some certain sense. I don't know if that's purple or a very dark purple or just a black. It's hard to tell, but regardless, this is the box that it came in. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. Malbec, again, it's an EDT. Boticário is the house, and like I said, it's really one of the most well-known houses down there. In my trips to Brazil and my time there years ago, I remember hearing about it. I've had friends from that part of the world that really spoke highly of the house, and so I thought I really need something from there in the collection. So got it in about 10 days ago, and I'd been wearing it and wanted to really kind of, get a good solid first impression before I presented it to you. And I think I've worn it enough over these last 10 days to be able to do that. Now, being an EDT, I'm going to go ahead and give a few squirts. I love that atomizer. I do smell a bit of the oakiness of the oak barrel type things. There's a lot of woods there. Oak moss, Virginia cedar wood. It's really heavy on the wood, so it's classified as a woody citrus, actually. So beyond all the woods, like I said, the Virginia cedar moss and some of the others, the oak moss in the base, you have a lot of citruses. It's not wine heavy. It's not alcohol laden or very reminiscent of wine in and of itself, or any type of liqueur in and of itself, but that idea of the actual fabrication of the wine really does come through. So now, in terms of the longevity and so forth, the projection, I would say it's about average, at least on my skin, from what I can pick up on. Your mileage may vary, of course, as I tend to say, but it is something that if you're into different sorts of fragrances and fragrances that are from maybe different parts of the world, this fragrance in particular, and this house in general, may be of interest to you. Like I said, there's a whole line of Malbec. This is the original. There's a Malbec Black and several others that I would have to look at to remember the names of. But this was the original, so I thought, let me try that first, and then if I like it and want to go forward, I can think about maybe one of the flankers or one of the others in the line. So It's a nice sturdy bottle. Nice sturdy cap. So I'm enjoying that aspect. It's very handsome, looks good up on the shelf. So the presentation to me is always, a nicety. It's not essential, but it is nice, and I would imagine you'd agree with that sentiment. So check it out. You can find these on Amazon. I don't know if O Boticário ships directly to the United States from Brazil. You can try that, but I think, certainly you can look on Amazon and get this. So check it out. I think it's definitely one that is worth looking into. Maybe if you can find a smaller bottle, go with that. But, it really is a nice one. So let's go ahead and call it good there. Hope you enjoyed that. And, if you have any experience with this house or similar houses, drop me a line down below. I'd love to hear from you about that or really anything else that's on your mind. And, if you haven't subscribed, I'd love you having along for the ride as well. So, all right, guys, well, have a good rest of your day, evening, wherever you happen to be, and whatever time it is when you're watching this. I'll catch you in the next one. All right.